Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we got a bunch of cruise ships in the news this week. We have apparently a flood on one cruise ship. We have two cruise ship itineraries that had to change because of two different hurricanes. And then we had some rescue workers in Vancouver had to be called to save people who were loading luggage on a cruise ship and fell into the water. All right, our first story, let's talk about the two cruise ship or terminal workers, I should say, that were loading baggage onto a cruise ship at the Vancouver, Canada Place terminal. It's one of those terminals that it's really, really close to the cruise ships, and the terminal is right, like it's literally a 25-foot difference between the building and the cruise ship. It's a very tight area, but apparently two workers fell into the water and two more workers jumped into the water to help them. Now, one of them managed to climb to the ladder and climb out, while the other three ended up on a buoy out there hanging on to it. The crew members on the Wonder, the Disney Wonder, called fire and paramedics and the rescue workers, and even the bike police showed up in Vancouver to help these people get back to shore. Two of them were treated right there at the shore side, but nobody had to be admitted to hospital and nobody was seriously injured. So that's good news, but you don't hear that too often of people loading baggage and two of them falling into the water. One, maybe. Two, that's kind of a rarity. I have a quick update on Barbados. Barbados has just updated their protocols now that if you're fully vaccinated, you no longer need to take a test in order to do shore excursions and sightsee around Barbados, which makes it once again a little bit easier for the cruise lines to offer as much unrestricted sailings as we can. You still have to be fully vaccinated. You still, if you're unvaccinated, you have to take a test. But now if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to worry about taking a test ahead of time to be able to get off and do a shore excursion in the Barbados. At least that's a small sliver of an easing of restrictions. Now, a quick update on the hurricanes. We have the Carnival Magic had to leave port early in Bermuda. It was supposed to spend an overnight and leave the next night. Instead, it ended up leaving the day before and spending a day at sea because of Hurricane Earl. Now, when you look at the map, it looks like Hurricane Earl is heading out to sea and quite a distance away. However, that hurricane causes an awful lot of rough seas, and getting in and out of ports can be a lot more difficult during really stormy weather, so the captain decided it's best if they leave early. He did warn also passengers on the ship that said that there could be rough seas, for the next day or so, as well as to be very, very careful on any open decks on the ship, which is good advice at all times. But yeah, if they get some really rough seas out there and some really, really windy days, it's very easy to be knocked down some stairs or slip and fall on the open decks because things can get wet. It's a good advice. Always be careful. So if you're on that ship, keep yourself safe and be careful if you're in those rough seas. And if you're prone to seasickness, this isn't going to be a good day for you. We also have Hurricane K has been affecting cruise ships. One of them, the Carnival Panorama, had to change basically her entire itinerary to keep ahead of the hurricane, altering times in port, altering which ports they're going to, and altering how many sea days are out there. This is all to be expected because of the hurricane heading towards California. The good news on all this is that California right now is in a heat wave and going through a bit of a drought here in September, so they are hoping to get at least some of the residual rainfall in California to help ease some of the pressure on the power system and the power grid going on out there, and just get some water for the crops as well that they grow. Speaking of power, California has also suspended the requirement for shore power for ships in the cruise terminals during this heat wave because they're trying to keep as much energy as possible during this rise in usage of air conditioning and freezing units, things like that. It's a very big strain right now on the power supply. And so they've suspended that requirement for the cruise ship, saying, yeah, you guys can just keep running those engines because we need to keep all the power we possibly have to make sure there's no blackouts in various areas. So, yeah, another thing being affected by the weather going on right now. And now I want to talk about that video that's gone viral out there of the TikTok video of the Carnival Vista flooding. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, like what's going on with the hurricanes, is it going to affect your cruise, what the protocols are, what's going on the ships, the new ships coming out, everything to do with cruising, just hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost a thing, and it really does help the channel out. I really do appreciate it. All it'll say is, hey, there's another video. Would you like to watch it? You can choose to do so, yes or no. And again, I really do appreciate it, and thank you to everyone out there who has subscribed and is about to. Okay, we saw, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been covered in the news all over the place, of this TikToker's video of the Carnival Vista flooding. They say a pipe burst, and the whole hallways were flooded, and it filled a room, and it bust open a door. Okay, it looks like a flooded video. It does. Here's my question is, I've been searching now for 24 hours, and that's the only video or pictures I can find. It's only that video. There's no YouTube videos out there. There's no other TikTok videos. There's nothing on Facebook. There's nothing out there anywhere. Every video from every news outlet that I see is that one video, and it doesn't say when the cruise happened. It just says recently. Recently. So I don't know. I haven't heard people messaging me saying, hey, did you see the flood on the ship that I was on, or anything? You would think in this day and age, every single person has a cell phone. I guarantee you people would be posting videos and pictures of a flooded cruise ship on your cruise, but I can't find it. I cannot find it. And it's kind of curious now to me. I don't know. So I'm not saying it's unfactual or anything like that. It just, I find it funny that I cannot find any other information out there. But the video is going crazy. It's got like 14 million views on TikTok. And I've seen 15 different news outlets across the United States and Canada covering that video. But it's the only one I can find. And so I don't know. Apparently different media has reached out to Carnival for comments, and Carnival hasn't really said anything yet, but I don't know. It looks awful lot like what happened quite a few years ago on, I believe it was the Magic when it flooded. And 50 cabins were flooded, and Carnival, dried everything out, replaced all the carpets, refunded everybody their money back, etc. It was a pipe burst. These things can happen. It can happen in your house. It can happen in a hotel. It can happen on a cruise ship. Nobody apparently is injured. People were questioning the video in the comments, saying, you said it filled the room and it burst open a door, and then the person on TikTok later corrected herself, saying, well, the ceiling caved in and water filled into the room and eventually bent the door. Okay, that's a little different than filling the room in a cruise ship. Those rooms are, 9 feet high in some cases, 8 feet, 9 feet high. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you seen the video out there? I wish I could find more videos. I know if I'm on that cruise, I'm filming that. Absolutely. I mean, it was 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm sure there should be videos of people out there just showing the soaked carpet. or the wet walls, because apparently it was on deck 6 and it leaked all the way down to deck 5. So it wasn't just a small area. It looks like it's a huge area on the ship. But I can't find any other videos. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's scenes from the other flood, maybe from a few years ago that just went viral? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking the question because I can't find any other videos out there. If you can, let me know, because I'd like to see them. It's news. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.